All right, go for it.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the heck in the world you are. Actually, just good morning to all of you. It's V the Grill Economist coming to you live with my main man, CJ, aka El Cuco. And if you guys haven't heard it, last night on the State of the Union, President Donald Trump was personally thanking CJ for defending the border. I just want to let you all know that. So hats off to El Cuco. The MS-13 is running in fear, and there's a reason why he's earned the name El Cuco because you should ask MS-13. They are terrified of him, especially when he's El Cuco has his Jack Daniels and he's wired up, he's fired up. Give him an automatic and it's game over.
Boom.
So hats off to you, CJ. Hats off to you, and and it's good that the president recognized you last night.
Thank you for that, V. Thank you.
No problem. Guys, check us out, roguemoney.net. Follow us on Twitter at the Rogue Money. Rogue Money on Facebook, DTube, Steam it, everywhere you want us to be, every single podcasting app known to humanity. And check out our sponsors, remaincom.net. Whether you need a credit score fix or maybe debt collectors are knocking down your door and trying to threaten you, threaten them back. You get a hold of remaincom.net and let these guys kick the banksters in the balls. Kick the bankers in the nuts. And also, maybe your credit score is fine. You just need some funding to, I don't know, start a business venture, maybe do something, investments or whatever you want to do. It's your money. Make it happen for you. Remaincom.net. They can get you up to $600,000 unsecured. It's the place to be before you go to a loan shark or a bank to hand over your firstborn child. Go to remaincom.net. And also check out thecryptoschool.io, thecryptoschool.io. Learn what are the best wallets, learn how to get in and out of them, and soon you're going to be learning how to trade cryptos. Or the trading classes are going to be starting soon. Sign up now. There's going to be some special introductory offers as well for those who are signed up with the class. So a lot of exciting things happening. Thecryptoschool.io. And with that being said, CJ, what's crack lacking, brother?
Hey, good morning, V. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, man. I'm drinking my Guatemalaness. I'm trying to mess with my there. That's better. I'm drinking my Guatemalaness. How do I sound, man?
You sound great.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm drinking my Guatemala coffee from Guatemala, and it's organic Jim's Roast. I'm drinking Jim's Roast organic coffee. This is a Guatemalan roast, and it's quite delicious. I'm having that with some low glycemic agave nectar. Usually I don't have anything sweet in my coffee, so I put about a teaspoon of some light agave, low glycemic organic nectar. So that's it, man. Just nursing my coffee and looking. I'm just waiting for the memo to drop, CJ.
Yeah, I think that's the anticipation, right? I think that's the anticipation coming out of last night.
It's killing me, man.
Yeah. So for our fans, if you have not listened to it yet, make sure to go back, listen to last night's kind of recap with the entire Rogue Money team that we published that last night. And then also don't forget today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, London Paul will be joining us. I've seen his topics, and I know he plans on discussing the State of the Union as well. So a big day here at Rogue V.
Huge. Which brings us to the decentralized world and where we're headed. For folks that don't know this, there's an unknown group, and it's pretty funny. For months on end, within the hidden corridors of the Rogue Money headquarters, me and my partner, one of our partners, have been talking about the crypto space. And one of the things we talked about with the crypto space is the perchance reality that we're going to have somebody who is a big player, because right now, mining is getting expensive. And mining is going to get more expensive. And in a few months, it's going to be so very cost prohibitive for anyone to do mining. Okay, especially on the major cryptos. Of course, the altcoins, that's always going to exist. But on your major ones like Bitcoin, it's going to be very cost prohibitive. Now, this has come up that an unknown group pays $175 million for 74,000 acres in Nevada for a mysterious Ethereum project. But the whole deal is, folks, the Nevada Independent is actually calling it a Bitcoin and blockchain, expansion project, whatever this company is doing. There's no question in my head what is happening right now, because there's some advancements that are happening in the background that I'm privy to, where I'm seeing developers who are on one platform literally jumping ship going into another one, because this mining is hot. It's where it's at. it will continue to grow because we have a short amount of time. This is huge. This is the next digital gold rush, so to speak. So this is big news. And the reason why I bring this up is this. Okay, and I mentioned this and I said, mining's going to get harder and harder to do that in the next, few months, next 18 months, very, very cost prohibitive. So those who are in it are going to be in it. In other words, folks, if you thought about crypto mining, okay, now's your chance to do it. If you ever thought about it, you ever entertained the idea, hey, you know what, maybe I should go and do some crypto mining. Now's your chance, okay? And those, and the reason why I say that is this: when you look at the commodity world, okay, you have downstream and you have upstream. You got, of course, in between brokers. So basically, when I was trading cobalt and strategic metals, we'd get our cobalt out of Zimbabwe. This is a pre-Robert Mugabe time, okay, and before the inflation really kicked in over there. But we'd get our cobalt out of the miners. The biggest miners of cobalt would be in Zimbabwe at that time, and we'd ship it right out of Joburg. It would be refined at Falconbridge in Norway. Falconbridge was at that time was in business, called Falconbridge, and then we'd sell it and trade it all throughout the world. So we were the brokers, okay? And yeah, we had fun. Yeah, we made money. Yeah, it was great. But the guys who were in it on the ground level, who were upstream, see, we were downstream, right? But the upstream guys, the guys who are involved in mining, the mining companies, those guys made a killing. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay? So the same thing is happening in the cryptoverse. The supply and demand are going to be controlled by those who are able to mine. That's upstream. So we're seeing a formation where there will be miners and there'll be middlemen, there'll be brokers. These things are evolving as more and more exotic formulas, more and more exotic products and services are built around this new decentralized blockchain reality. Okay, so those of you who thought about launching your own crypto business, those of you who says, you know what, I want to start my own mining. Maybe you want to go to remaincalm.net, get yourself $600,000 and blow it on mining rigs. Maybe that's what you want to do. Okay, maybe you want to go rent a warehouse somewhere in Bayonne. Okay, Bayonne, New Jersey, or something to get a warehouse, run some power wires, and you get your crypto mining going. Maybe you want to go up to Niagara Falls and see if you can get some hydroelectric power going or something like that, Maybe something. Maybe you want to be like these guys. You want to take some money out, go out to get some solar panels, go out to like Nevada, Arizona, or New Mexico and start mining this thing. But the point is this, folks. There is such a rush into mining that it cannot be denied. It's happening, and this is why it brings us to our next article tie-in, okay? And it shows you how fake, how disgusting. Look, Mark Zuckerberg is a guy that I would just slap across. I would slap him in his face, open-handed. I wouldn't backhand him. I'd open-hand him, like really hard. He just has a slappable face. He's like I can't stand the way that he looks. He's an annoying look on his face. I can't stand it. So Facebook, CJ, seems like, what are they doing? They're banning all ads promoting cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and ICOs.
Yeah, so they've announced, and this is just not banning pages. Just Facebook allows you to promote a good service. You can pay for that. Rogue can do that, and so they have made a stance now, where they're saying, you know what, we're not going to allow that. They do the same thing with cannabis business. So if you try to promote an ad or something and try to get it to to share to catch more viewers' attention on Facebook. Facebook is aligning with the corporations, with the banksters, and saying, you know what, we're not going to allow you to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And that just goes to show you, because they're threatened by, they're a bunch of lackeys. They are a front group. And folks, look, I don't even know how people have Facebook accounts. I mean, it disturbs me. They have Facebook accounts. They're uploading the pictures of their kids. None of this crap is, I put it on private. Nobody will see it. Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Anyway, moving on, brother. America works, brother. America works. President Donald Trump's calls for the $1.5 trillion infrastructure plan. We talked about this last night. If you haven't got a chance to hear it, folks, I recommend you go back last night. And I think Kent Shorgen really broke it down very well last night. This is needed. This is the grander strategy that we've been talking about of having a physical economy in place. Because here's the thing, the dollar, the rug is going to be pulled from the dollar. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to happen. We're going to come to the negotiating table. You cannot plot along and have a vibrant economy with $200 trillion worth of debt hanging over your head. It just doesn't happen. The system needs to be purged. We all understand this. Okay? The bad guys' accounts need to be liquidated. The way you do that, you kill the dollar. You revalue the dollar. A new system has to emerge. So the way you get ourselves prepared for this is to ride the bubble. You see, there's a bubble in the stock market, folks. There's a bubble everywhere. We're in a bubble world. And what I want you folks to do is just to stop sitting there and be like, we're in the bubble, we're in the bubble, we're in the bubble. Look, oh my God, the market's a bubble. Why would you invest in the market? Oh my God, everything's in a bubble. I wouldn't want to put my money in there. It's free money. Let's be pragmatic about it, folks. Let's be practical about it. Okay? Why would you not want to put your money in the market? Okay, and I'm not giving investment advice here, but why would you not want? It's free freaking money at this point. Look, I told you this back when the Dow was 15,000 points, that we're going to go to Dow 29,000. How's that looking right about now? How's that looking? Those who got into stocks, and I got the emails from quite a few people, said, V, thank you. I got out of my fear-based programming. Stop listening to all these idiots talking about the market's going to crash tomorrow. It's going to be 5,000 points. And I actually started investing. I've done very well for myself. Same thing with the cryptos. I had, one of my guys, Nick, emailed me. He said, hey, man, you know what? I took, thanks to your advice in cryptos, I took a $400 investment and made it into $300,000. I can even have this guy come on and talk about it, of how he did it. Listening to our program, he was inspired. He took a chance, took a $400 investment and turned it to $300,000. Okay? So you could do two things. You can sit on the sideline and social commentate about how there's a bubble and how everything's screwed up and the bad guys control it all and it's all rigged. Yeah, we all know it's rigged. But F it. I'm going to make some money. You understand? F it. I'm going to make some money. Yes, it's rigged. All right? The point I'm making is this. Trump is utilizing the bubble. And this emotional euphoria in order to revitalize our infrastructure, modernize our infrastructure. Because, see, I'm just tired of flying into countries where their airports and their roads, bridges, and tunnels are way better than ours.
Right. Exactly.
Recently I was out in Central America in a country in South America and stuff, and I was just saying to myself, my God, some of these roads and bridges are freaking way better than anything I have in New York. And it shouldn't be that way. We have an opportunity here. Let's run with it. Let's build that physical economy so when the reset happens, we still have a physical, vibrant infrastructure, and it would be easier for us to reset our debt. It'll be easier for us to transition, and we will not suffer the horrors of an economic collapse if we didn't have good infrastructure built up, good paying jobs, all these things that are happening right now. These are good things. Ride with it. And on the sidelines, instead of just social commentating, get involved. Make some money for yourself. You want to start a business? You want to do something? Now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it. CJ.
Yeah, I think he's taking the right approach about it. We're not talking about some massive public program. He's talking about a fine balance between the public and private sector, where yes, there's an emphasis on the public sector, but you have private industries that are driving the innovation, driving the need for these massive infrastructure rebuild programs, as well as rail. Let's face it, some of our infrastructure in a lot of cities right now is just, so far behind. It presents a great opportunity. It's not fake stimulus. This is, in terms of long term, is getting the private sector to help along the way and invest money to get this accomplished. So this isn't some new, public, massive sector program. He's going to private with private industry, which is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. With that being said, the proxy war continues. It seems it's getting ridiculous here. UAE-backed separatists capture large parts of Aden City in Saudi Arabia. This is in Yemen. An intense fighting is ongoing. The forces of the UAE-backed Southern Transitional Council. That's an interesting name. And forces loyal to the Saudi-backed President Mansour Hadi in the Yemen port city of Aden. Since last week, the STC forces have captured the presidential palace, the 4th Brigade base of the Presidential Protection Forces, and a number of the other military sites, according to reports. Recently, the STC has deployed additional reinforcements in the area, and it seems that the separatist movement will establish full control over the city pretty soon. Meanwhile, the Houthis launched a Birkin 2H ballistic missile towards King Khalid International Airport in Saudi Arabia. The airport is located 35 kilometers north of Riyadh. According to pro-Houthi sources, the missiles hit its target. However, no photos or videos to confirm this claim were provided. Anyway, what the hell does this matter, right? What is the meaning of all this? Folks, look, the little proxy wars are still continuing. Okay? You have Saudi Arabia, and we all know about the proxy war between Saudi Arabia and Iran that's been raging for decades. The reason why I handpicked this article is this. UAE, the United Arab Emirates, specifically the Emirates of Abu Dhabi and Dubai, okay? The Maktoum families and the Zayed families. These guys are the big financial power brokers in the Middle East. Let's not get it twisted, okay? The UAE is the banking capital of the Middle East. The UAE is also the money laundering capital of the Middle East. The Saudis see, Iran's the rival. Yeah. But the Saudis are Iran's an energy rival. But where Saudi Arabia wants to go in terms of Prince Salman, the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, MBS. What he wants to do is he wants to, quote, modernize Saudi Arabia. He wants to make it like UAE. He wants to make it a tech center. He wants to make it a banking center. Right? He wants to make it a banking center, a financial hub, and a trade hub. He wants a deep water port, just like UAE. Saudi Arabia doesn't have a deep water port. Why do you think Saudi Arabia is in Yemen? Yemen happens to have not only a rich LNG right off their coast of their water, but a very deep water port. Saudi Arabia wants that Al Noor City project in order to create a rival to Dubai's tech center, in order to create a rival to Abu Dhabi's banking. All these things that are happening here. So they've been duking it out covertly here and there. And now we see this proxy group that's funded by the UAE beating back the Saudi forces. This is a very, very, very interesting play because when you look at it either way, folks, okay, Saudi Arabia is in a whole heap of trouble. Let me tell you something else, guys, that most people don't know. And I've talked about this. I've written about this. Most people don't even know this. But China is heavily involved in Yemen. In fact, China has been the only regional power in Yemen the longest. They've been there since 1954. Okay? 1954. They're not going anywhere. They're letting this proxy battle out. But I'm going to tell you right now, Saudi Arabia will not control Yemen. They're going to lose. They're going to lose to Yemen, and they're going to lose to Iran. And that's just the way it's going to be. That's just the way it's going to happen. So I want to share that bit of information for you guys because that's going to bring around the end of the petrodollar. That's the end result of that. Anyway, Siege, speaking of proxy wars, a Cold War, what's that all about, buddy?
Yeah, so, this is a new list. And again, this is, coming out of Washington, D.C., where they've published the new Kremlin list. And this Kremlin list organizations, individuals of top 210 top Russian government officials and important business executives who are gangsters, members of Putin's gang, threats, people deserving to be sanctioned, just complete, U.S. propaganda. So basically, anyone that's tied to Putin is corrupt, is a gangster, just pretty much, the deep state kind of meddling into the Russian election. So this gets us nowhere, obviously, really kind of undercutting, Putin's efforts there in his home country to produce this list of top Russian officials who are gangsters.
This is laughable at this point. This is absolutely laughable. This is the list. Oh my God, we're going to get Putin. Putin's a bad guy. He's a gangster. He just, he's a mafia don. Russia's a tyrannical country. Russia is not perfect. Russia is not perfect. But I will tell you this. It would be easier for me to start a company and a business in Moscow than it is right here in New York. Why is that? It is easier for me to do that and to have a better quality of life in Moscow than it is in New York. It is easier for a Christian to be in Russia than for one to be here in the United States. That's just a damn fact. This programming is something that's being played, and I just don't. I mean, I get it. Okay, these certain paradigms exist for certain reasons, but the day is coming, and I know it will be soon. I know it will be soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that day is coming, and I know it will be soon that, this paradigm will be shattered on the rocks of a dead dollar. Then all the shenanigans will be cut off, man. All of it. Anyway, what's the next thing we got, Siege?
Yeah, just real quick, just an update on Ben Swann. So he's really a great investigative journalist. He was one of the first, traditional, media guys that truly started questioning the whole ISIS narrative in Syria. Also took, the whole Pizzagate thing to a whole different level with an actual, publication as it's saying, why aren't we questioning it? So he had a series called The Reality Check. Well, he was suspended for a little bit, and apparently the station that backs him, WGCL TV, found out that he was actually they cut his funding for his actual show, and then he began using cryptocurrency Dash to raise money to help start producing that series again. Well, they found out, so they fired him. So CBS 46 found out about this. He released a new video about his comeback here recently, had over 110 million views in 2016. This video went viral. Ben Swann's a hero. He's right up there with, with Breitbart in terms of, his investigative journalist. He's not afraid to speak the truth. So we just want to wish him good luck, and it'll be interesting to see where he lands. But, obviously we support Ben Swann, and I'm glad he decided to continue his work to reveal the truth of a lot of the narratives that the MSM tries to fake out the American people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And with that being said, Siege, we're at the end of the program, my man. What do we got lined up today? We got London Paul. What else?
Yeah, London Paul's coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget today's Hump Day, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Big Squeer.
Looking forward to it. With that being said, I am the Gorilla. He is the El Cuco. We are over and we are out. Take it away, brother.